going on, Jets fans? I'm still going here, fourth video in a row. And I wanted to address this when I addressed Mel Kiper's mock draft, his first 10 picks. And that is the the lunacy of Jets fans losing their ever-loving minds at the idea of taking a guard at 4. He's a guard. How could you do that? And it's like, dude, okay, let's take this one step at a time. I really think there's a case to be made to take Ike Ekwonu at 4 if he's there for the New York Jets. That's where Daniel Jeremiah has him. And people are saying we have to go edge. And I agree. But if Hutchinson and Tibbs are gone, personally, I would still go Karlaftis at 4. But if it goes Neal, Hutchinson, Thibodeaux, which I think it will, then I'm fine with Ekwonu at 4. And the reason why is this. Okay, obviously, with the way our roster is currently structured, we have Fant and Mekhi Becton at the tackle position. Neither one of them can play guard. So to get your 5 best offensive linemen on the field, if we go Icky at 4, he's playing right guard for the Jets next season. But we have to use our imagination and think about what his role could be beyond that. Okay. Now, we're not just drafting him because we think Mekhi Becton might get hurt. No, that's why we're going to get a backup swing tackle. We're not spending the 4th overall pick on an insurance policy. That's not what he is. It's not what Icky is. So let's say he plays guard as a rookie, and he's a really solid guard. And next season, let's say George Fant plays as well as he did this season. If he does so, he's going to command a $15 million plus per year contract, at which point we can move either Becton or Ekwonu to left tackle and the other to right tackle, thus saving us $15 million we could spend elsewhere. And then Ekwonu is playing tackle. And even if he's right tackle, if you think that's too high to take a right tackle, well, I don't know if the difference between left tackle and right tackle is what it used to be 10, 15 years ago. Because the thought used to be you have to have a good left tackle. Well, obviously it's the quarterback's blind side. Most quarterbacks are right-handed. But also defenses used to be very consistent in the way they lined up. And that was our top edge rusher plays right defensive end on the far side of the field, lined up blitzing, pass rushing, the quarterback's blind side, which is protected by the left tackle. Right, your Lawrence Taylor, he was always lined up rushing the quarterback's blind side. Right, your Reggie Wright was always doing that. Your Bruce Smith was always doing that. But if you look at today's NFL, coaches are a little bit more creative. And you see this not only with edge rushers, but with pass rushers in general, with defensive front 4 players in general. If you watch the LA Rams this year, Aaron Donald plays interior offensive line. But if you had a backup tackle in the game who was a weak spot, guess where Aaron Donald was lining up? They're going to find your weak spot. You're almost as strong as your weakest link as an offensive line. So I think protecting both tackle spots is really important. It's really important because whichever one's weaker, that's where they're going to send their best guy. And then if you have to chip, if you have to double team, that just handicaps what you can do offensively. So I really think right tackle is a premium position. It's becoming one. The distinction between left and right tackle is decreasing. So there's that. If you say interior offensive line is too high for 4, okay, but right tackle, I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily agree that it's too high at 4 to take a great right tackle, a potentially great right tackle. I don't know if I agree with that. Now, if we still say, well, it's a waste, even if he moves to a different position later in his career, it's a waste because he's still playing guard in 2022. We have to consider the future a little bit more than that. And any rookie that you take is not going to be playing their full potential NFL role. their rookie year, right? Even if they play the position they're going to be playing, they're not playing their full role. Even if you take an edge rusher, they're not going to be playing the 90% of the snaps that they will when they're a third, fourth, fifth year player. Right? They're going to play 70% of the snaps. They're not going to be running the stunts and the rush games that they will be when they're a veteran. They're developing. So no rookie play. I mean, is it a waste that the 49ers took Trey Lance? Because he didn't play at all. That must have been a waste, right? No, I don't know. I mean, Patrick Mahomes played one game his rookie year, right? You see it with corners. Maybe they start rookie in the slot, then they bump outside. We see it all the time. Your role changes and expands as you become a veteran player, as you learn the game more. So I think there's a case to be made for taking Ickey at 4, even if he plays right guard his first year. Now, if he's only a guard and only ever a guard, well, then, okay, that's a different conversation, because then he better be Quentin Nielsen. He better be like an all-pro if you're going to take a guard at 4. But are you really going to be mad? Even if that's the case, like how mad can you be if you get the next Quentin Nielsen and you have the best guard in the game by a mile? Are you still mad? I don't know. So there's some layers to this. We can't be as black and white. He's a guard at 4. Like, dude, you're just shouting memes. Like, that's not an argument. So there's my case for Ickey at 4 not necessarily being a bad move. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and go Jets.